Areas of trapezoids, rhombi, and kites. Lesson 11-2. The area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times the height of the trapezoid times the sum of the two bases. The area of a rhombus or kite is 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Let's look at a couple example problems. For the first one, it's the area of a trapezoid. So we're going to use the formula area equals 1/2 height times the sum of the bases. We have that one base. Is 3 centimeters. Another base, the second base, is 2.5 centimeters. And the height is 1. Substituting those values into our equation, we have area equals 1/2 times the height, which is 1, times the two bases, 3 plus 2.5. So the area equals 1/2 times 1, which is 1/2, times the quantity 5.5. So the area equals 2.75 centimeters squared. For the next problem, we're going to find the area of a trapezoid again. This time, if I draw a line down here that is perpendicular, I have the sides are 4, 4, and 4, and I need to find this other leg of the triangle. It is definitely a 3, 4, 5 triangle. If you didn't recognize that, you could do 4 squared plus x squared equals 5 squared. You would end up with x squared equals 9, and so therefore x equals 3. The base down here would be 4 plus 3, so this bottom base would be 7. The top base is 4, and the height is 4. So area equals 1/2 times the height times the sum of the bases. So area equals 2, and 7 plus 4 is 11. So 2 times 11, we have that the area is 22 feet squared. The next problem has us finding the area of a kite. The formula is area equals 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Diagonal 1 is 7. Diagonal 2 is 12. Area equals 1/2 times 7 times 12. Therefore, we have that the area is 42 feet squared. Here we're told that these two portions of this diagonal are equal, so that's 7 and 7. Same with this one. This is 9. So we have diagonal 1 equals 7 plus 7, which is 14. Diagonal 2, 9 plus 9, which is 18. Area equals 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. And we have that area equals 126 inches squared. And Oliver's joining in on our class today. Okay, the final two problems are word problems where you need to think about how you're defining the variables. We have diagonal 1 on this one, and diagonal 2. And one diagonal is half as long as the other one. So if I make one of them x, the other one would be 2x. So diagonal 1 is half a diagonal 2. I know that the area is 64. So 64 equals 1/2 times x times 2x. Thus 64 equals 1/2 times 2 is 1, x times x is x squared. So we have that x equals plus or minus 8. So our answer would be diagonal 1 would be 8 inches, and diagonal 2 would be 2 times 8, which is 16 inches. Then we have a trapezoid that has an area of 210 square yards. So area equals 210. We want to find the height. Base 1 is 20, base 2 is 50, and we'll let h stand for the height. So area is 210 equals 1/2 times the height times 20 plus 50. So 210 equals 1/2 the height times 70. 210 equals 35 times h. So h would equal 6. So the height is 6 yards. I have included a quick look at all the 4 different area formulas that we have and corresponding pictures. And that concludes lesson 10. This concludes the lesson for 11-2, presented by Mrs. Smith and Oliver.